You're listening to the Business and Life Conversations podcast with Angela Henderson, episode 185. Hey there, you're listening to the Business and Life Conversations podcast. My name is Angela Henderson, and on this show, we talk about improving your business, life, or both by having amazing and rich conversations with brilliant guests who will inspire you and who will give you tips and tricks to help you grow both in life and in business. Well, hey there, and welcome back to another awesome episode of the Business and Life Conversations podcast. I'm your host, Ange, from Angela Henderson Consulting, where I'm an international award-winning business consultant and coach who has helped thousands of amazing women business owners get all the pieces in place to have consistent 4- and 5-figure months and then on to 6- and 7+ figure years without burning out in the process. Today's just a solo episode. You and I hanging out talking about 5 reasons why you need a business coach to help make this your best year ever. First of all, Happy New Year! OMG, can you seriously believe that it's already another new year? I mean, can we take a moment to fist pump the air and get excited about the year to come? I mean, it's a new year, a year where you're ready to play bigger, where you're ready to stop self-sabotaging your success, where you're ready to work on things that will actually move your business forward and to start to see a return in investment. You're ready to stop wasting your time buying every course and never completing them. You're ready to kick ass, but how? How are you going to do this? You see, it's just you and you in your business. And God knows 99% of your family and friends don't want to hear about your business or also have no clue to help you. They just smile and grin when you talk about business. And if you watch one more YouTube video or spend another hour Googling, try to figure something out, you're going to scream. But how? How do you stop? How do you get off the roller coaster? How the hell are you going to do this? Insert a business consultant / coach. If you're listening to this podcast, chances are good that you haven't yet found a business coach, or you may have worked with a business coach and they sucked ass, or you believe it's a costly relationship you can't afford. However, I'm here to tell you this. The truth is, this is a relationship that you can't afford to do without. I mean, let me ask you this. In a year from now, do you want to be in the exact same spot you're in, or do you want to be creating a business that's in alignment for you and making you a shit ton of money? And making that money with ease. If you have chosen the latter, meaning you want to create a business that's in alignment for you and that you're making a shit ton of money with ease, keep listening as I share with you 5 reasons why you need a business coach to help you make this the best year ever in business. Let's start off by busting the number 1 myth around hiring a business coach. Let's just get this out of the water, all right, ASAP. Myth number 1. The number 1 busting myth that I need to just crack the shit out of it now. Business coaches are expensive as fuck. It costs an arm and a leg. Truth? Does working with a coach cost money? Well, yes, of course it costs money. Does it cost an arm and a leg? Well, that depends on what you define as expensive. But more importantly, hiring a business coach is only expensive if you see it as expensive. Let me just show you this. You go to the grocery store and you buy healthy groceries and you have no problem handing over $100. Just kidding. You don't, because you're like, who the hell is that crazy person going to hand over $100 on healthy groceries like organic blueberries or organic raspberries? You go, that shit's too expensive. But later on that night, you go out with your partner, out with friends, and you easily spend, guess what, $100. And you think, that was totally reasonable. Let me give you another scenario. A therapist who will help work on trauma and healing and give you coping mechanisms, potentially decrease your burnout, all these amazing things. And they tell you it's going to cost you $150. And you think, ridiculous. That's just ridiculous to spend $150 on healing and getting better. But you hang up the phone after reaching out to a bunch of different therapists. You don't want to spend that $150. But you hop in your car and you easily go and spend $150 on those new pair of shoes. And you think, gosh, that is such a bargain. Or you think 30 minutes of exercise because you've been wanting to move more, have more energy for your kids, fit into that dress. You think 30 minutes of exercise? I don't have time for that. Meanwhile, you hop onto the couch, get under the blankets, and scroll Instagram for 30 minutes. And you just simply think, well, where did the time go? It's all about priorities. So yes, business coaching does cost money. I mean, when I started in a business over 11 and a half years ago, I could only afford to go to free events. But then the free events weren't having an ROI for me. So then I started paying $10 and $50 and then up to $100 and then $1,000 for events. And even though this was all I could afford at the time, fuck me, the growth I had was freaking crazy. I had more connections, more confidence, and more sales. And over the 11 years, I've grown and grown to spend more as my business grew. So yes, I started off with free events and then slowly moved up. And then I spent $13,000 on a mastermind in the Philippines. And I've also spent $45,000 to work with a coach for 6 months. Again, it's all about starting somewhere, getting you out of that habit of thinking you have to continue to do everything alone, right? You have to start somewhere. But again, it's also only an expense if you think it's an expense. Take, for example, inside of my 12-month accelerator program, Profit Pillars. It costs you $10 a day to get the tools, community, and resources you need to grow your business. $10 a day to get access to my brains on your business, to get access to monthly goal setting, monthly hot seat calls, monthly co-working sessions, monthly live mindset calls, monthly guest experts, and daily support inside my VIP Facebook group. $10 a day. That's it. You see, when Selene Douglas came, and I talked to this about in episode 177, I shared with you how she signed up for Profit Pillars over the last year, knowing she needed to move out of a one-to-one working model and stop exchanging her time for money. And in that year, we moved her from a one-to-one model and increased her revenue by 23.2%. She too thought that $10 a day was too expensive, but guess what? She knew she needed to give and something needed to change in order for her to start making more money without working harder. So yes, it costs money, but it's only expensive if you think it's expensive. And again, I would want you to ask yourself, do you want to be in the same spot you are today a year from now? Think about that. Now, before we go any further, I also want to share with you one thing. I've used the word business coach on this podcast so far quite regularly, but I need to define something for you. The way, how to explain this? Business coach, like I said, is just a common word, universal word that everyone seems to know. But actually, I believe that there's 3 kind of different pockets of people that you could be potentially looking for: a business mentor, a business coach, or a business consultant. In my opinion, a business mentor could be someone, say, you're a photographer and you know another photographer who's been doing photography for years. You might catch up, and it's typically informal. It's not normally paid. You get a few little nuggets to move your business forward. But again, it's very kind of low key. A business coach, though, if you think of the true essence of coaching, it's there. They listen, they reframe questions to give you the answer, and you have your own aha moment. I also find coaching, there can be a little bit of too much fluff and not as much strategy. That's just my opinion. Or you have a business consultant. Typically, business consultants are experts within their own fields. They continue to grow and they continue to learn from others every single year. And you're hiring them because you want to get somewhere quicker. You want them to advise you on a strategy that will work for your business, that is in alignment and that will see an ROI. So just to be, fully transparent, I consider myself a blend: 75% consultant, 25% coach. I still don't do any fluff or any bullshit. I call it straight how it is. But from a coaching perspective, I still have empathy, and sometimes I have sympathy too, and sometimes it's that combination. And you have a listening ear. But that other 75%, I'm guiding, supporting, nurturing, and giving you strategy to move forward. So I just want to just clarify the difference between a business mentor, a business coach, and a business consultant. And regardless of what stage you're at in your business, startup stage, the growth stage, or the scale stage, there comes a time when you need an expert opinion to ensure you and your business reach its full potential. And that's where hiring a business consultant and coach can be one of the smartest moves you make. Now, let me share with you the 5 reasons why hiring a business coach can help you make this your best year ever in business. Reason number 1, you should hire a business consultant who will help you to make this your best year ever, is they will provide you with a roadmap, aka strategy, on what to focus on first for where you're at in business so that you can see both short and long-term growth. So many women start working with me and they're doing all the things, working long hours and not getting anywhere. As a business consultant and coach, I help to create a roadmap, aka a strategy that is in alignment for you, but at the same time allowing you to focus on the revenue generating activities that will move you in the quickest and most efficient way. This is reason number 1. Reason number 2 that you should hire a business coach to make this your best year ever is to help you increase your sales. What is a business if you have no sales? But what is a business if you have no people? A business consultant and coach such as myself will help you to create a visibility strategy. Remember from previous podcasts, you can only get a visibility strategy through organic visibility, partnership visibility, or paid visibility. Because visibility gives you people, and if you have people, you can sell. And if you can sell to people, you have sales. And if you have sales, you have a business, and you don't have to go back to that 9-to-5 job. This is exactly what I do with my clients inside of Profit Pillars, my Action Takers Mastermind, my one-on-one, or my group, or my 4-week accelerator program, Everyday Payday. Reason number 3, you should hire a business consultant to help this make your best year ever is, we help you keep accountable, such as, what did you accomplish this week? Are you making progress on your goals? Are you stuck anywhere? Are you working too much? What feels in or out of alignment? What additional support do you need right now? These are standard questions at the beginning of each of my sessions with my clients. And it's these questions that allow business owners to stay on track and not get distracted by shiny object syndrome. As a business consultant coach, I consider myself a built-in accountability partner that nudges and reminds women in business of what they've promised to do and that they're working towards. It's all too easy to make promises to ourselves and then break them because we don't feel like it or it's too hard. When you're accountable to someone, you don't have that luxury. If you really want to accomplish your big goals and take your business to the next level, hiring a business consultant and coach is the right step so they can keep you accountable. Reason number 4, you should hire a business consultant is to strengthen your mindset. If you have a bad, wobbly, fixed mindset, this is a sure disaster to your business failing. I see it over and over and over again. You see, over the last 11 years of being in business, I've come to see 7 major mindset blocks that hold people back from achieving their goals. Self-trust, self-love, worthiness, money story blocks, obsessive thinking, divine timing, and imposter syndrome. And because of these 7 major mindset blocks, they can truly make or break a business. And this is why mindset is a key focus in any of my programs and why I pay for a mindset expert to come into all my programs every month to do live mindset training. Strategy is part of business success, but mindset is equally, if not more important, and thus why it is a key reason to hire a business consultant and coach who is trained and understands the importance of mindset. Reason number 5, you should hire a business coach to make this your best year ever, is they will help you close your knowledge gaps. Oftentimes, the biggest hurdle to our success is that we don't know what we don't know. I mean, let's be honest. You can't Google your way out of a problem that you aren't even sure how to articulate, or even worse, how to anticipate. I've personally invested over $500,000. No, actually, come to think of it, way more than that. All right. And I can hand on heart say that a large portion of my success is from what these coaches and consultants have taught me and how they have filled in those knowledge gaps that I had. Knowledge gaps were things like how to set up funnels, Facebook ads, SEO, conversional websites, mindset, healing, and so much more. There's these knowledge gaps that, again, they filled and enhanced my own learning and enhanced my growth to get me to where I am today as a 7-figure business coach. So as you can see in this podcast episode, I've busted the number 1 myth around hiring a business consultant or coach. I've shared with you the difference between a business coach, business mentor, and a business consultant. I explained the 5 reasons why you need a business consultant or coach to make this your best year ever. And now, after listening to this entire episode, you're like, Ange, I don't want to wait anymore. I need to make a jump. I don't want to fuck around for another minute. I need a business consultant and coach. Then I would love to support you regardless of where you're at in business. I work with women in startup, growth, and scale phases, and I have different programs depending on where you're at. Profit Pillars, my Action Takers Mastermind, one-to-one support, my 4-week accelerator program, Everyday Payday. If you'd like to learn more about how I can support you to make this your best year ever in business, I encourage you to head to angelahenderson.com.au, check out my Work With Me page and get a feel of my programs, and then book in a discovery call. Or if you'd rather voice message me and start chatting right away, head over to Instagram, send me a DM. My handle is the @ Angela Henderson Consulting. I hope this episode has given you the insight and allowed you to really see the importance of hiring a business consultant and coach sooner rather than later. Remember, ask yourself, do you want to be where you are a year from now? And if that answer is no, what are you going to do to change it? Because remember, whatever you are not changing, you are choosing. Before I sign off, please remember that my team and I will be putting together the show notes for this episode at angelahenderson.com.au. And I hope you have a fabulous day, you amazing human. And I look forward to you joining me again next week for another amazing episode of the Business and Life Conversations podcast. Here's to your success, and here's to making this best year ever. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening to the Business and Life Conversations podcast with Angela Henderson. www.angelahenderson.com.au